Tornadoes. They always fascinate me as a kid. Growing up in the south of England, I was fortunate enough to not ever really have to worry about them, or natural disasters in general. We don't really get much danger from the elements over here. At the worst, a storm with speeds up to 70 or 80 miles per hour will fly in from across the Atlantic. Some thunder and lightning, trees will fall over, fences are blown over. That's about it, really. But I remember when I was about 7 or 8, in the living room of my home, my dad would always watch documentaries on the TV when he wasn't at work, and I'd always take interest in some way. Sometimes, when no one was watching the TV, I'd switch over to the documentary channels and try to find something to watch. National Geographic to be specific. I remember one program about tornadoes. They were terrifying. On April 8th and 9th of 2015, 27 tornadoes touched the earth in the Great Plains of the Midwestern United States, stretching as far as southeastern Oklahoma to northeastern Illinois. The video you just watched was filmed by then 84-year-old Clem Schultz of Fairdale, Illinois on April 9th at 7:12 p.m. local time. Just moments prior to this video being recorded, Clem and his wife Gary had just finished eating supper when Gary spotted a tornado out the kitchen window on the horizon. Gary stayed in the kitchen, whilst Clem went upstairs to the attic to acquire some lanterns, in case their home lost power. As the tornado creeped closer to their home, Clem decided to record the beast of nature. He was certain that the tornado was going to miss their home, but it was only when it shook the home to its core that Clem realised his fate. As an elderly man, he didn't have enough time to make it to the storm cellar or to be downstairs with his wife. Then, the tornado struck, and the house was completely obliterated within a matter of seconds. But by some miracle, Clem and his dog managed to survive, although seriously injured. His vertebrae was crushed by the chimney that fell on top of him. But unfortunately, his wife of 25 years wasn't so lucky. Upon being rescued at the scene by his neighbours, he tried to find a pulse on his wife's body that lay beneath him. He couldn't find any. The tornado that hit Fairdale on that fateful day was classified as an EF4 tornado. It has been described as the most destructive and significant tornado of all the 27 during those 2 days. It has been estimated that speeds reached 200 miles per hour on the very upper limit on what classifies as an EF4. Whilst the tornado in the video was technically a high EF3 upon impact off the town, due to it being weakened from an EF4, the damage was still severe. There was also another casualty in Fairdale, 69-year-old Jacqueline Closer, a neighbour of Clem and Gary. The United States is famed for its frequent tornado activity, so much so that out of all of the countries in the world, the US is ranked as the #1 country that experiences the most recorded tornadoes, averaging around 1,200 per year, or about 3 to 4 per day. This is more than Canada, Australia, and all European countries combined. The United States, being #1 in the rankings, also experiences the most EF5 tornadoes. These tornadoes are the highest on the enhanced Fujita scale, in which speeds can reach over 200 miles per hour. The fastest tornado ever recorded was the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore tornado that touched ground in Oklahoma. This particular one reached speeds of over 300 miles per hour and took the lives of 36 people, causing $1 billion in damage. These tornadoes are most certainly the scariest. I mean, how terrifying would it be to just suddenly wake up one morning with the sounds of sirens in all directions? You make a dash to your window and see a huge 2-mile wide grey monster in the distance, tearing up absolutely everything in its path, and it's approaching your way. What makes things even worse is that they can form in a supercell within minutes. The most advanced detectors can predict one in an average of 14 minutes. They seemingly suddenly appear, as if out of nowhere. 1 hour, things are all blue sky and nice. The next, total annihilation. Little warning is given. Furthermore, the path tornadoes take upon touchdown are erratic and unpredictable too. You just cannot take any risks whatsoever. This is Mother Nature at her very worst.
Just to the west of Joplin right now, and that is making its way slowly to the east. So some of those locations live in southern Jasper, northern Newton. Take cover.
Yes, please.
Right now.
Please,
I am telling you to take cover.
Right now.
We do have a
Folks,
tornado on the ground.
This is a
On the 22nd of May 2011, an EF5 tornado ravaged across the state of Missouri. The footage you just watched all occurred on that very day. The coverage of this tornado is unique, as it was widely covered by many individuals, CCTV cameras, and news stations. A local news station, KSNF, was based in the town of Joplin and was reporting live coverage of the tornado to its viewers. During the broadcast, the team were just doing their jobs. Many were optimistic that the tornado would miss them completely, but as time progresses, you can hear sirens in the background and the growing panic in everyone's voices.
Those are your best bets at this point in time. Again, Western Joplin.
Once again, that tornado just to the south of us on the ground. We can see it on our tower cam.
Absolutely, and
once again, this is producing a lot of precipitation. If you go outside, you may not be able to see it. Take shelter now. It looks like this is a pretty powerful tornado. You can see that it was taking out those transformers.
Absolutely.
It continues to push off to the east in Joplin. A very dangerous situation. Once again, very dangerous lightning, some very large hail in store also. So continue to take cover from this storm. We can see that tornado on the ground from our tower cam. We are continuing to track that. We're off the ground. Everybody go.
No, it is certainly going off. Caitlin, I'm just looking out the door right now. Please do not go outside and try to track this storm, folks.
Those who were initially hopeful started to think otherwise. They realized that the tornado was coming straight towards them, and they had to seek shelter immediately. Moments later, the video freezes, and the tornado struck.
Take take shelter anyways.
Yeah, take shelter immediately, folks. If you can hear us, if we are still able to broadcast, you need to take shelter. If you are in Western Joplin at this point in time, please continue to.
Just in case it heads back on.
All right, we're off air.
Yeah. We're off air. Has anyone
In a matter of just 46 minutes, 158 people were killed. A further 1,150 were injured, and 4,380 homes were destroyed. Communications were also destroyed. Power was completely cut off for much of Joplin for the days afterwards, and many public services such as schools and hospitals were damaged beyond repair and had to be demolished. The town was in absolute ruins. But fortunately, the town has managed to recover well in the 13 years since. Things are much better. A sense of normality has returned, and people have genuinely moved on. Although, May 22nd will always be a day that sticks firmly in the minds of its residents. Homes, schools, businesses, and the way of life have all been rebuilt, yes. But there were many with life-changing injuries with no way to ever recover, and the dead will never be able to return. As of 2024, the Joplin tornado still stands as one of the most horrific, deadliest, and costliest tornadoes in history. And it will probably stay high up on that list for a very, very long time. Thank you for watching.